Shall we rise as we sing the national anthem? The school anthem, University of Jos anthem. Keys not ready? All right. We'll sing it at the end of the colloquium. I think that's how it has been arranged. Thank you very much. Please may we take our seats. The Vice Chancellor of the University of Jos, Professor Tanko Ishaya, the Dean, Faculty of Environmental Sciences, the heads of departments in the Faculty of Environmental Sciences. We have 7 departments in the Faculty of Environmental Sciences here present. Teachers in the Faculty of Environmental Sciences, students of the faculty, distinguished guests, distinguished speakers drawn from the Department of Architecture here in Nigeria and internationally, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you today to this academic and scholarly exercise where experts are drawn from different fields of their research expertise to present papers in this seminar on specific and drawn topics. This structured event encourages us intellectually and also boosts debates and collaboration nationally and internationally. This year's theme is Reimaging Architecture for Sustainable Future. And the topic is the Architects Resourcery International Colloquium for Architects in the Academia and Practice, where students are also part of the major beneficiaries. We welcome you. We're looking forward to a robust discourse, a robust debate, a robust collaboration, and where the beneficiary turns out to be a full practitioner of what they have learned. We are looking forward to a beautiful event that will culminate into an end that is positive to our academic research in the university. Once again, I welcome you, and I want to personally ask you to put your hands together for yourself for being part of this event. Your Excellency, you permit me to use Your Excellency because this is what I'm used to. Someone said I'm a politician. I am not a politician. I'm just used to meeting politicians. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, I addressed you as Your Excellency last weekend, and I was still saying, I don't know how the thing is going to turn out to be, but you will permit me to flow on that level. I want to quickly acknowledge the persons that are here in this order. Please, the Dean of the faculty is already seated. Can you put your hands together for him? Professor Gideon Bartlett. He's flanked by the head of department architecture, Professor Ripnum Shem Lepje. Please, can we put our hands together? Okay, doctor. Okay, doctor, okay. Doctor. The VC will pronounce it very soon. So as the time goes on, we will acknowledge you by the presentations you are going to be making in this podium, in this colloquium. We are connected internationally, and our colleagues from the other side will soon join us so that this program will be with them. Papers will also be presented in that order. Please permit me at this point to invite for the opening remarks the chair of the colloquium today, Architect Professor Erepiton Oladisa, to give us welcome remarks. Please can we put our hands together for Architect Oladisa as she presents her welcome remarks. Keep clapping until she comes, please. You're welcome, ma'am.
The Vice Chancellor, the Dean, distinguished professors, representatives of the Nigerian Institute of Architects and the Architects Registration Council, our distinguished speakers and guests, colleagues, esteemed, students, ladies and gentlemen. It's with great pleasure that I welcome you to this maiden international colloquium hosted by the Architects Resourcery and the University of Jos, the Department and the Faculty of Environmental Sciences, that's the Department of Architecture. And today marks a significant milestone in our commitment to advancing architectural knowledge, innovation, and collaboration. At the Architects Resourcery, our mission is to create, if you will, an ecosystem that empowers architects and allied professionals to thrive. We provide resources, networking opportunities, and platforms for knowledge exchange that enhance professional development. And this colloquium has embodied that mission, serving as a vibrant space for dialogue and innovation. The theme of our gathering today and tomorrow is reimagining architecture for a sustainable future. And this highlights our responsibility to address the pressing challenges of climate change, resource depletion, and urbanization. These are real problems that we face here in Nigeria. Incidentally, I teach a course called Current Issues, and I've been teaching it for well over a decade, and it's interesting that the same issues are cyclical. That is, the issues of climate change, resource depletion, and the effects of urbanization and globalization on us and the viability of our practice. And so, these are issues that affect our daily lives and the communities that we serve. We've been battling with network since morning. We have MTN, we have Glo, we have Etisalat, and we've just sent for a multi-SIM router. That is the reality of Nigeria, where you provide your bricks, your straw, your water, your security, and everything. And at this point, we want to acknowledge the efforts of the Vice Chancellor in creating a thriving environment for us to live and serve. If this was not a conducive setting, we wouldn't be able to attract professionals from all over the world. I just want to tell a little story about the original settlement of Abuja. So, when it was relocated, the indigenes were moved, and somebody had the bright idea to come up with the use of glazed bricks to make housing. And while that was a good idea, it didn't go far enough away to make the necessary impact, because we had people selling the houses, and we even had people plastering the houses to make it look more authentic and to create a facade which would resonate with our cultural aesthetics. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the wattle and daub and the use of the tubali, which we know is a sustainable architecture. Professor Alukankum will give a nod to that, and I think the chair of this occasion, Professor Adamu, likewise will say the same. And so, in an effort to reclaim their sense of home, and in our effort to make it real to our students that know about Frank Lloyd Wright and know about Frank Gehry, but know nothing about Frank Mbanefo, who was the president of the Nigerian Institute of Architects, who was the architect of the Zik Mausoleum, and so many other things, buildings that he has done, and a legacy. We have a generation of young people that do not know anything about Nigerian architecture. So to this end, over these 2 days, we will be hearing from distinguished speakers who are leaders in architectural practice and research. Their insights will inspire us to think critically about our work, and I encourage everyone to actively participate in the discussions and share in our experiences. I extend my gratitude to the local organizing committee. I see a number of them. Some of them are 3 different continents. We had members in the Middle East, members in the UK, members in different cities in Nigeria, which is credence to the power of technology. And for those of the LOC that are seated here, I think I can see Professor Awal and Architect Alice Daniel. If you wouldn't mind, just stand up for recognition. Thank you very much. They've worked tirelessly to put this together. I think I almost called him Architect John Oyedemi, the HOD of Fine and Applied Arts. Please, you're also a part of the LOC. Thank you very much, sir, for your efforts. They are well received and appreciated. And we also appreciate our sponsors. Several universities, it might interest the VC to know that several universities are part of this initiative, and we look forward to their invaluable support. And as we embark on this journey together at the University of Jos, let us embrace the spirit of innovation and creativity in the most noble profession, architecture. Thank you, and let the discussions begin.
Thank you. You went ahead of me to acknowledge my head of department. I was actually waiting to see the other heads of departments from the faculty, apart from the head of department of architecture. It appears it's only my head of department. Okay. Thank you, sir. Please, the ushers, can you get me the names so I can acknowledge them properly? Once again, can we put our hands together for Architect Oladisa? For one of the ushers, get a paper and get the names of the heads of departments for me. Thank you. At this point, I have the singular honor to invite the Vice Chancellor of the University of Jos for his welcome address, Professor Tanko Ishaya. Please, can we put our hands together for him? Let's keep clapping, let's keep clapping, let's keep clapping, let's keep clapping.
Thank you very much. The Dean of the Faculty of Environmental Sciences here present, and all the deans and directors that have been here present, all the heads of departments, the chairperson of this colloquium, professors, and all participants, both staff and students, that are both here and virtually present, distinguished guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a great pleasure to have given the opportunity to make a welcome address to this very, very important event, this international colloquium that, by the grace of God, is holding here in Jos, Plateau State, Nigeria. I understand that initially this colloquium was not supposed to be held here, I'm sure due to quite a number of anxieties from the international community. I'm happy that today the international community has had the trust that the University of Jos is now being chosen to host this very important colloquium that is bringing together the practitioners, academia, and other stakeholders in the area of architecture to discuss this very important theme. In fact, in the first instance, when I actually saw the theme of this colloquium, I read it in my mind. I didn't actually read it properly. But when I saw the reimagining, but I didn't read it as reimagining. I read it as reimagine architecture and the future. That is the way I actually read it in my mind when I saw it. Reimagine architecture for sustainable future. And I think that what I had in mind, is actually correct. Reimagine, yeah? It's not reimagining. It's reimagine. I heard our protocol. Did you say reimagine or reimagine? Or reimagine? Okay, reimagine. And this is actually very, very timely, very, very timely theme, especially in a country or in a continent where we have been experiencing a lot of building collapse. Nigeria, as an example, I think within the past 1 year, has experienced more than 100 various building collapse across the country. Here in Jos, I'm sure one of the things that is fresh in our minds is the school collapse at Abuja, where again over 100 children sustained various injuries, and we had quite a number of them that died. And I think, therefore, that when you look at these experiences that we have heard in the country and here in Jos, I think that this theme of this particular colloquium is apt. Because indeed, for sustainable future, we are required to reimagine. Reimagine what the sort of architects are supposed to be bringing, for the future. We also, of course, are aware of the globalized climate change that I believe continue to affect various aspects of our lives and existence. And this is something that we need to, I believe, that this international gathering will bring various perspectives, various practices as well, and various ideas towards really bringing, the future of our livelihood, because our lives, whether we like it or not, depends on where and how we live. And the role of architects in determining and providing where we live and how we live can never be overemphasized. So I'm not qualified to give any lecture in architecture because I'm only a professor of computer science. But My role here is to welcome you all. I want to say particularly those of you that have had the guts to travel from far and near to come to Jos, despite the horrifying stories that you have heard. It is my great pleasure to welcome you and to say that as you can see, those of you that are probably coming from Abuja will probably not want to go back to Abuja because of the excellent and the clement weather. I'm sure it's the kind of weather that you will not find anywhere in the country. So you are welcome. I want you to enjoy not only the weather, but at least the weather and the environment has created a very, very important opportunity for us to have fruitful conversations, fruitful discussions with respect to this particular theme. So I welcome you all, and I want to request that some of you that have come from afar, that will also take some time to go around and enjoy the excellent environment that we are enjoying here on the plateau. On this note, once again, enjoy the conference, and I welcome you. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor, for that excellent welcome remarks, identifying some pertinent issues that will become part of our discourses this morning. Thank you. I want to welcome the Head Department of Fine and Applied Arts, University of Jos, Dr. John Joshua Oyedemi. Please can we put our hands together for him, sir? The Head of Department, Quantity Surveying, Dr. Afiz Olalekon Sani. Please can we put our hands together for him? If you checked on the flex banner before you came in, you would see some of our presenters and experts in their individual fields. I want to do this very quickly. Please do help me welcome Professor Ebele Chukwu. Can we put our hands together for her? Later I will call the surname. We have Architect Professor Awalu Umaru. Please can we put our hands together for him? Architect Oji Olukoya, FNIA. Please can we put our hands together? Professor Ibrahim Kamdu, MNIA. Please can we put our hands? We'll keep calling them as they turn in and as the programs continues. The program is for 2 days, and we're looking forward to an excellent presence. I also want to welcome my very good friend and my neighbor. He's a computer scientist. Please do welcome Mr. Joshua Angu. Where is he? Put your hands together for him. When he comes, we'll tell him that he's here. Thank you. You have to meet his house before my house. If I don't do that, all right, at this point, we will, from the Dean, Faculty of Environmental Sciences, have welcome remarks, a goodwill message. The Dean, Faculty of Environmental Science, the Head Department of Architecture, the President, NIA, Akon representative, and Modna Curator. Please, if you're here in this order, Professor Gideon Buckley.
presence of then VC, for me, I wasn't impressed. You call it an iconic structure. Look at it as where we are now. I'm not condemning it, but it should have been better than what we are seeing. So I wish that all the discussions will take into consideration a lot of things, not only the aesthetics. The thing of concern globally must take into cognizance. It may not be all these 17 SDGs, but we need to narrow our mind and our thinking on, first, the future, the issue of sustainability, vis-a-vis this climate change issue. How are we going to key into it? It therefore means that we should be discussing ideas that will, in the actual sense, facilitate, foster collaboration, and then also contribute on these perspectives that we know that are trending. And the final outcome is what we are all looking up to, enjoying. That is making more on the contribution that will lead to professional development, not only architecture. The built environment has other areas of major concern. So you are highly welcome, and that we expect everyone that has found time to come here. And we thank you, Sir VC, for being here. Where you have a father that is always available, then we look forward to the best. Some of us don't even find it necessary to always come here. We don't have to maybe make it mandatory. If you are in a university for any reason, if there are international activities going on, it's good for you to enjoy because, to be there to attend and participate fully. Once more, all our participants that have come, we wish you the very best of the discussion. This is an academic discussion that is not localized. We are being watched all over the world. Thank you very much for this great opportunity.
Thank you, sir. The Dean of the Faculty of Environmental Sciences. Permit me to acknowledge, well, one of these, okay, in her capacity as a Deputy Dean, Professor Evelyn L.A. Alu Kankum. Please, let's put our hands together. She's the Deputy Dean, Faculty of Environmental Sciences. We also have Professor Zanzan A. Uji, who walked in, a former Dean of the faculty, and an architect by every right. Please, let's put our hands together for him. And we have Professor Bokda Procnol Ogunshote. Please, can we put our hands together for her? Thank you. Thank you, ma. Okay, the head of department architecture for your goodwill message, sir. You don't clap for your head of department. Even if you want to pretend, clap. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. The Vice Chancellor, University of Jos, the Chairperson, colloquium in person of Professor Ola Disa, the Dean, Faculty of Environmental Sciences, all heads of departments in the faculty, all professors present here from the faculty, the chairman, Nigerian Institute of Architects, and the curator from the museum. You are also welcome. And I want to also welcome the local organizers and all staff and students of the faculty. You are all welcome. I count it a great privilege given to me by God to give this welcoming address. It's one of a unique event that have ever happened in the Department of Architecture. This is the first of its kind, and I want us to please put our hands together for the organizers and for making Department of Architecture, University of Jos, to be the venue for this occasion. We are privileged to host this particular event here, just as the Vice Chancellor mentioned earlier. He said that this event actually supposed to be in Abuja, but it was shifted to Jos here. And despite the short notice, we are privileged to see that this event is taking place, and we are happy. And we are happy to have you, sir, the Vice Chancellor, despite the short notice. We are very, very grateful for your time. Despite your tight schedules, you are here with us, and we are grateful, sir. Thank you so much. I believe that our gathering here is to rub minds on the profession. And rubbing minds is to let us know that there are a lot of issues that need to be discussed, that need to be addressed. And because of that, we are gathered here, and we are very soon going to go into such session where we will learn and begin to contribute and to see that at the end, we will have a fruitful result, which will not end here in the university, but all over the world, they will take record of it, and at the end, the name of the Lord will be glorified. So on behalf of the department and the students of Architecture Department, we want to welcome each and everyone to this colloquium, the first of its kind in the Department of Architecture, University of Jos. You are all welcome. And as we continue with this program, God will see us through and guide us to the end. And at the end, we will return back being enriched by all that we have learned here. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. That was the head of department, architecture. The president, NIA, are you here? Or a representative? Please, let's put hands together for the president, Nigerian Institute. Is it Nigerian Institute of Architects, right? Okay. I'm sure the name was given to me. I had mentioned it. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, the Vice Chancellor. Please, and every senior professor. I'm not an academic, so please excuse my, please permit me to stand on already established protocol. I am standing here. I'm the current chair of the Nigerian Institute of Architects Plateau State chapter, but I'm standing here to represent our national president of our institute, Architect Mobolaji Adeni, FNIA, PNIA. It gives me great pleasure to be here this morning to represent the the president of a great institute. She has an agenda, which is the Unite agenda, and we trust that even this Unite agenda is part of what will be reflected even in the discussion that we'll be having in the course of this colloquium. While we look forward to a very robust discussion, we would like to hear discussions that has to do with rethinking materials, conserving resources, repurposing spaces, using technology and creativity, have data-driven designs, and also weaving in experiences and using illustrations, and of course, using these illustrations to guide the design towards desired outcomes. It is our desire that As architects and professionals in the built environment, we'll be able to put our heads together. And just as the Vice Chancellor had stated earlier, to curb some of the menace that we are having in the built environment, which is not limited to just building collapse alone, but there's also the challenge of quackery and all of that. We trust that we are going to have a very robust discussion and come up with innovative solutions and synergy among allied professionals, and then be able to propose not just to our nation, Nigeria, but various nations represented in this colloquium, so that we can have a better nation and a better living environment for our people. So on behalf of our national president, Architect Bobolaji Adeni, FNIA, I wish us a very successful and rewarding conference and colloquium this year. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, you want to, architects will think it's a paper. Okay, we had a change of light from NEPA to JET. It's the same thing. We are banless in Nigeria. Nobody has a ban. Whether it's ban A or ban B, we have been debanned. So we get the light the way they want to give it to us. Nigeria will change it. Amen. Okay, we also quickly have a representative of ACON, Architects. Okay. He spoke on behalf of them. Then Motna Curator. Please, a round of applause to the curator of Motna Museum of Traditional Nigerian Architecture. I know it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The Vice Chancellor, sir, the chairperson of the colloquium, please permit me to stand on the existing protocols. I want to thank God Almighty for His grace and His mercies that allowed us all to be here this morning. I want to congratulate the University of Jos, the Architecture Department, and also our dear sister, Professor Architect Oladisa, for putting this program or the colloquium. It's good. The topic, Reimaging Architecture for Sustainability, is very, very important these days because we need to think back. We need to know where we are coming from. Museum is all about looking back. It's a mirror of the past. And if you want to forge ahead, you must know where you're coming from. It's very, very important. That's why we, in the Museum of Traditional Nigerian Architecture, try to conserve monumental structures that will aid our students when they come around. They will see it, they can think of how to solve the problems. Architecture is all about solving problems. And if we don't know where we're coming, the way we evolve to the level we have gone today, then we may not design appropriately. From when our people were in the cave, maybe they have only a covering. Move from there to maybe going to the plane and then designing where we are today. So it's very, very important for us to think back. Motna provides that opportunity for us to think. And we expect that will be a collaboration between University of Jos, most especially the architecture department and MOTNA. There's this misconception that we're having about MOTNA that I read on the internet, that MOTNA is dead, which is not true. Because we have about 24 exhibits in MOTNA, different buildings, different structures in MOTNA, about 24 of them. And then out of these 24, we have only but 4 that is down. The one from the northern part, the house architecture, that is Katsina Palace, the Kano City Wall, the Gubro Minaret, and also Zaria Friday Mosque. We still have about 20 that are standing, but somebody will go to the internet and just write the MOTNA is dead. Please, I want to ask a question. If you have 100% and then only 16% is out of it, is that person not going to get A? That's about 84%. So it's A. Why would somebody tell MOTNA that we are dead? We are not dead. We have structure about 84% that's alive. We have from Angas, we have from Birom, we have from Benin, we have from Igbo architecture, about 3 of them and many more. So MOTNA is alive. People can collaborate with us. We can move forward to make sure that we disseminate the information of the past. These days, sometimes we sit down and design that doesn't have even impact on our people. A typical example. Most of the times you discover that somebody will just say the need for designing a dining area in a village setting. Most of us, some of us will sit in the bedroom and ask for food. They will bring food for somebody to the bedroom. Please bring my food to my bedroom. You just eat your food and forget about dining area. How many people in the village will go to dining and say, please come, we are eating food? They will just bring mat. After mat, everybody will sit down and this one will be eating because of the communal relationship. So as we are designing, it's good for us to go back and check what we are doing. So I expect that we'll have a collaboration between the University of Jos and MOTNA. We are happy for this program, and we ask that God is going to help us, and we are going to do the needful. We are going to learn through this colloquium, and the impact will be felt. Thank you, and may God bless us.
Thank you. That is one of the major components of this event, the partnership, the collaboration. I recognize you, sir, Professor Detur Wotau from the Department of Architecture. Please can we put our hands together for him. God bless you. And my friend, Architect Ella, please let's put our hands together for me. You thought I didn't see him. You sat there like a master student. Please put your hands together for him.